What is a required minimum distribution? It's a great question. You know, when we're talking about retirement plans and saving for retirement and all of these things, that's all accumulation phase. What's kind of skipped over and not really talked about too much is the distribution phase. So let's talk about what's required when you have a retirement plan. Simply put, the required minimum distribution is just what it says. It's what the government will require you to take out of your retirement accounts when you reach a certain age. Now, what is that certain age? Well, today, that age is 72. About a year ago, that age was 70. So this is a moving target. It was technically 70 and a half, which makes things really confusing, kind of like the 59 and a half rule also. But this was moved up to 72 now. So at age 72, whether or not you need the money, the government is going to start to require that you take distributions from your 401ks and IRAs if you are no longer working. If you are working at 72, and you have a retirement plan at work, say a 401k, those required minimum distributions are suspended until you stop working. So, moral of the story is if you don't want to take any of that money out, you got to keep working, right? But if you aren't working, you've retired, you're living just fine the way you are, you now have to take distributions. And what happens to those distributions? They get taxed at ordinary income. So you might have done all this planning, you're living within your means, you want to save this money for future generations, right? We've talked about generational wealth before, and now the government's going to come along and make you start taking money out. That means over time, that account will be worth less money because you're taking distributions, assuming the distributions don't keep up with the growth of the account. A lot of things to consider, and the earlier we consider that and the earlier we make changes in our retirement plans, the better we're going to be set up if our target is generational wealth, right? Or if our target is retirement income and we want to worry about paying the least amount of taxes possible in retirement, well, we should look at how we're accumulating that wealth today. And the question you might be asking yourself is, you know, maybe I don't want to work at 72, but I have the option, right? And I could work part-time. Does that cover it? And the answer is yes. As long as you're still employed with the company and that retirement plan is there, you're not subject to those required minimum distributions. Once you sever employment, that 401k is open to require minimum distributions. The government wants their money, right? Because they are your partner. When you do these retirement plans, it's a qualified plan. They're your partner. They want to start taking their cut at whatever your income tax rate is. So there are some options, right? Especially if you don't need the money today, right? And there's required minimum distributions, but maybe we'll want to move that money from the taxable realm, pay the taxes today, and shift that over to a non-taxed vehicle. A lot of times people are using life insurance for the many benefits that it has, but one of the benefits is the wealth transfer aspect of it. So it's something to consider. If that's something that you're looking to talk about, click the link below. One of our representatives will reach out to you.